What was Jesus doing on Monday of Holy Week? Well, one thing he did is go to the temple area. Now, the temple was laid out like this. There was a big area where actually the first church met in Solomon's porch. It could hold lots and lots of people when things were happening in the temple that they needed to be a part of. Then there was this large court of the Gentiles where non-Jewish people could come from all over the world to seek and worship Yahweh, where Jewish people could come and pray for the Gentiles to be saved. And then there was a court of Israel where Israelis could come, women could come to worship, and then where the men could come inside, and then the court where the priests could come, and then the area of the holies, the holy place where the priests would come to offer sacrifice, and then the Holy of Holies where the high priest could come once a year to offer a sacrifice on the Day of Atonement for the sins of Israel. What's happening is Jesus goes to the temple and finds that there are money changers and merchants all around the court of the Gentiles. He's very angry because what they're doing is this. The money changers are saying, I know you brought an offering, but your money is not good here. You have to have temple money, and so you got to change in your money for temple money, and of course there's a fee for that. So they're gouging the people. The merchants would have lambs and doves and other animals for sacrifice. You would bring your animal, and they'd go, sorry, it doesn't meet the qualifications. You've got to get one of these, which obviously you'd have to buy, very expensive. And so they were just making money, and he called it a den of thieves. It's not what the temple was all about. It's not what the court of the Gentiles was all about. So he goes back to Isaiah chapter 56, given hundreds of years earlier, where God said, my house shall be a house of prayer for all nations, all peoples. And that's what Jesus wants the church to be. We don't have a physical temple. We are, when we gather together, we are the body of Christ. We are the temple of God. But we are to be a house of prayer, a place where we're praying to God and we're praying for the nations to come to God. Let me ask you, is your church, could your church be called a house of prayer? How valuable do the people in your church, how highly do they value prayer? How highly do you value prayer? Would Jesus be angry at you for making his house something other than what he intended it to be? He said, I want my house to be a house of prayer for all nations. This is Dave Early. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on YouTube or on Facebook. And we'll be talking more tomorrow about what happened on Tuesday of the Holy Week, the last week of the life of Jesus.